Good morning, everyone. To learn Feng Shui, the first thing you need to learn where's the front door. What about front door Feng Shui? So the front door is the most important thing you start beginning learning Feng Shui. Today we talk about, this is one of my class, is a Feng Shui basic class, talk about front door. So I want to kind of like introduce the front door Feng Shui. It takes a lot of time to finish this basic class. Like I said, I have talked about the Feng Shui for the front door, which direction is good for you, and also personal Feng Shui for the front door. Also, the every year the front door, where is the best location for the front door? So every year the Feng Shui is different as well, but you cannot change your front door. So how do you do your front door every year? After you purchase the house, the front door brings you luck. Is a lot of lucky house. So I want to talk about this about front door. So we're talking about normally we know the front door in Feng Shui will compare to people's mouth. So when you talk about the mouth, when we have eaten the food. After we eat healthy, then our body will get healthier. First, we talk about the front door direction. Okay, the front door direction, there could be many different location. For example, when you have a house here, and maybe you open the house, you open the door right here. Okay, so let's say this is either direction is like a north. Okay, okay, we say this is north here. Okay, this is north here. So let's say that we open the north. Is this a good direction for your house, or is it good for you, or is it good for everybody? Actually, it's very complicated. First, to decide which direction, because we're talking about the front door right here, right? Also, we're talking about the direction. Where is the direction? Okay, let's see. Let's move down here. Okay, if yours from the street right here, okay. So if your house direction is right here, so you're facing the street. Okay. So we need to say this is your direction because you're facing north. Okay, this whole house is facing north because the door right here. So match the house direction. But also, you know, a lot of houses like this. Okay, let's do. You know, a lot of house, the open door right here, right? Or either way, left and right. Right here, okay? So, but you cannot say your direction is right here. You cannot say you're facing here because you have to use the direction facing the street. You have to use the direction facing the street. Your direction still facing north. Only the door maybe open on south, north or east. Because if from the center to here, so this maybe this is your northeast corner. You have to measure from the center here to find out the door open direction. It's not mean your house is facing northeast or facing east. It means you have to talk about where is the street, where is the house. So the house direction facing north. So once you decide your house direction, then we can talk about the Feng Shui interior. Because if you make the direction wrong, that will cut totally wrong. That will whole thing, the Feng Shui will be wrong. Okay, so that's you need to make sure, because maybe some people, the house, the opening maybe some people's house opening right here, right? So that's the house direction still facing north. Okay, it's still facing north. Maybe some people have a house like this. Okay, let me see. Maybe they have a not square house. It's a L-shaped house. Okay, like this, and they have opening right here. Right? They still consider they are facing north. Okay, they still consider facing north. So, even though if the opening maybe right here, right? Even though if the door opening right here, they still consider facing north. So you have to make sure the street and the house location, so they are facing north. This is talking about single family house. Which is the individual you have land, and you have it's not like apartment. It's not like PUD is okay, but it's not like apartment. It's not like condo. Okay, it's not like because sometimes the single family house is easy to check the direction, but for the apartment, because you share the main entrance with people, so when you go to the house, you have to make sure the direction is the most lightning direction, which is when you have a sliding door or you have window. It's most which is from your balcony. That's your direction. But some people have two balcony. Maybe they have a backyard. They have back from the kitchen. They have front for the living room. You have to consider the living room, a balcony. That's your direction. That's for apartment. Okay. Okay, so this is your direction. Okay, this is you just have to make sure you understand your house direction. Otherwise, if the house direction is wrong, you just use your front door location as you're facing. That will totally wrong to calculate the energy of the house. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to. Okay, so the direction once we know, because normally we divide the house for different 9 different part, 9 different part. Okay. And we have to find the center. Okay, we have to find the center. So we can find, okay, here is north, and here, and is our east corner. Okay, and here is our west corner, and here is our south corner. Okay, so we decide each location. This is our southeast, northeast. Here is southeast, and here is our southwest. Here is northwest. Okay, so after we decide each location, okay, that's why because why I have a square house. Because the square house, they can distribute the energy more evenly, Okay, because the even energy is better house. Because why? Because each corner, each direction is represent family. Okay. each direction is represent each family member. So you have to make sure. That's why in Feng Shui we're talking about a lot of things. Like I said, you don't want to miss any corner, because missing any corner is missing that person. Okay, which that person, the energy is weak. And weak sometimes gets sick, or no such person, or maybe you. Like I said, for example, if you're missing this east corner, east is your first son, your first boy. And the first boy, if you're missing the east corner here, okay, if you're missing this corner here, and when we measure the corner, if we measure the direction right here, and you're missing this part here, so that will cause your first boy, your son, is kind of weak. Maybe bad for bad luck for learning, maybe bad for the school, bad for the health. So that will affect a lot, because once your health is not good, how do you do the works? How do you go to school? So get a good score. So that's problem. And also, if they don't feel well, and how do they get along with family? So that's the issue. So you have to make sure you don't want to miss a corner for this. Of course, they have some remedial way to solve the problem. But first, when you find the house, you just want to try to find a square house. You don't want to miss anything. Okay. And the northwest means your husband. Okay. So you don't want to miss this part, because this part means your husband. And the southwest means housewife. Okay. So most important thing is northwest and southwest. You never have short corner. You don't want to miss any corner for the northwest and southwest, because you don't want to miss any parents, husband and wife. Of course, you don't want to miss some of the parts, because southeast means daughter, first daughter, the oldest daughter, and the west and south is second daughter, and the west the third daughter, and the north is second boy, and northeast is third boy. So overall, for this energy, you don't want to miss anything. Okay. Okay, let's go back to, because we are talking about frontal. I will talk about more detail for each corner. Okay, so we understand that each corner, each direction is represent house member. So we just have to make sure when you purchase house, you have to buy the square house. Okay. So if you can, you have to remember how to solve the problem. You have to learn how to solve the problem to maintain the energy. Also, the East, a lot of people maybe they only have a girl, have a daughter, but they don't have a boy. That's why, because they're missing the East. East means boy. Okay, so that's one thing you need to know about Feng Shui. But we talked about the frontal direction today. So I will talk about more detail for this and how do you remedy the problem. So let's go back to okay, the frontal direction. How do you decide the frontal direction? What issue you need to concern about this? Okay, so first, let's say first, what you need to know. The first, of course, from Feng Shui point. Feng Shui point, because when we talk about the frontal direction, Feng Shui point, because we're talking about right now, every from 2004 to 2023 is considered a lock. Because that's one period. That's one period, because the from this, so this a lock, which is a number 8 period. Okay, So that's consider have some kind of direction is good, because we use a lock to decide the frontal direction. So we have to look into the more detail for the direction when you check the 2004 to 2023, because for example, the facing northwest and facing southeast, or the like corner, for example, that's good direction. There's a lot of different locations because we divided the angle, that's 360 degrees to like 24 different parts. So each part only 15 degree. Each part only 15 degree. So we still cannot. We're gonna talk about more detail in the higher level Feng Shui basic class. But we talk about you have to decide the front door direction first. So, but you just need to realize the Feng Shui point you have to consider right now is a lock. Which direction is good for you? Okay. Also, second, you have to consider your destiny. Why people check Feng Shui? They need to know your destiny, because destiny you need to know what do you missing. Either you missing metal, or gold. You're missing gold, wood, water, fire, or soil or earth. Okay, so 5 different elements. You have to find out what do you missing, so we can find out what direction you should face into. For example, your destiny, if you're missing gold, facing gold, so basically gold is representing west, okay, which is the west corner here. Like I said, if you're missing gold, right? You miss gold. Sometimes a lot of people say you should open the door on the west. Actually, because the west is belong to gold. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so let's say right now it's west. Okay, but actually the west is gold. Yeah, you can get energy from west. But if your sitting location, which is a lot of people don't know where's the faces, where's the sitting. Okay, let's do this. And let's say here is west, here would be east. Yeah, if you don't know, you can use your compass. You stand and center of the house. You can see here is west. Okay, you can measure from center your house. This is the east, is the west. Okay, and the west is represent gold. Okay, gold element. So if you sit west, what's sitting? Sitting is the household location right here, and this is the base. Okay, this is the base, and here is facing. So here is facing. Okay, so you are facing here, and you are sitting here. It's like a chair. You're sitting in the back side, and you look in the front. So if you're missing, you're missing the element, gold. Okay, gold element. Then I would suggest you find a house, you sit on the west and facing east, because you sit on the gold element here. You sit on the gold element here, so you can make up your match up your missing. So basically this energy, because mostly people's master bedroom on the back side, right? Maybe back side here or back side here. So you always can catch the missing goal because you are sitting west and facing east. So you can, they can make up for you. Okay. So for this one, but what about you missing wood element? What about you missing wood element? Then what we need to do reverse, because the east and east it means wood, west means gold. Okay, so you sit in east and the gold element go to the front here, and because the east means wood. Wood element. So if you sit in the east, so that can bring you a lot of wood energy, wood elements. So you're sitting east and facing west. But what about you missing water? You're missing water here. You're missing water, then water, which direction represent water? Is north. So you have to use like, for example, you have to use north, okay? You have to sit north. You have to sit north and facing south. Facing south. So you can reach a lot of water here because the north represents water here. So you see what I'm saying? So if you're missing water, you see north facing south. Okay, it's better. And if you're missing fire, then you just kind of reverse. You bring the south. South will represent north. Okay. South represent fire. Fire element. So if you sit south facing north, then you can make up your missing fire element. And if you're missing soil is very simple. Soil most likely is going to northeast and southwest, which you have to face in this corner, northeast, and the southwest. This two corner. Okay, so this two, right? So because this two corner represent a soil. So right now you probably understand how do you change your house to bring you better luck. Okay, because basically the people is made out of the 5 elements. Because when you're born, you always have something missing. So how do you find out what do you missing? You can always go to online software, or you can check the expert. Like you can ask me, leave a comment here, and so I can answer you as soon as possible. But I need to know your birthday plus what time you're born. So that's very important because that's more accurate. A lot of people only give you without time, so that's I cannot calculate for that. So yeah, also online software you can go find out as well. And also if you don't know what you're missing, you probably can also roughly check the 1 month you're born. Like say if you're born in spring, because the spring is January, February, March, because it's a lot of wood. So basically you're missing gold element. Okay, basically if you're born in February, spring season, then you're missing. You have a lot of wood. You're missing gold element. Okay, that's basically. But detail, you still have to consider your birthday. And if you're born in summer, then because summer is hot, so you're missing water element. Okay, and if you're born in fall, and because fall have a lot of gold, so they're missing wood. And if you're born in winter, because the winter have a lot of water, so it makes them fire. Because winter is also very cold. So fire we make we help you. So that's us basically, but still more accurately is still considered birthday. Waste time. What time? So it's very important to consider the feng shui. You have to find out what's your birthday, what's your birthday with time, and you probably find your certificate, birth certificate. You find out what time you're born. So that's most more important to help you to decide how do you arrange your good feng shui for you. Okay. So today, basically, I'm talking about front door direction, help you to find your good direction for your house. So also I still talk about this general front door direction, and like I said, I have some something for symptom for after your front door. You meet you see front the bathroom. How do you what kind of problem you're gonna have, because when you open the front door, if you see the bathroom, basically bathroom is generally bad smell. So that the bad smell, the atmosphere, they will affect you a lot when you're going to when you open the door. You just want to go in because the front door is trying to help you make money or bring you good health or good family relationship. But when you open the door, you see bathroom, basically the smell will come out and mess the whole energy. So that will affect you a lot. No matter for your work, for your relationship, or family relationship, or friend, or your financial as well. So I will tell you how to solve the problem. Also, if you open the door, you see the kitchen. Basically, the kitchen also generate a lot of smell as well. But the kitchen, you see a lot of fire, because I think the kitchen, the stove is the only place in the house and generate the fire. So that can generate different heat. That a lot of heat affect that area. So when you open the door, you see kitchen, you probably most likely you will always angry. You don't feel happy. So that's I will tell you how to solve the problem, and so on. It's about 40, 50 different kind of symptom, different kind of problem. When you open the door, what do you see, and how do you solve the problem? That's basically this feng shui basic class I'm gonna teach it. So if you're interested, please watch my video, or you can contact me. I do teach people online this day, so because the pandemic is so popular right now, it's affecting people to go out meet people. So if you're interested, please contact me. I'm happy to teach you. Okay, my name is Roger Lan with FD Feng Shui Consultant. My phone number is 626-679-4511. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.